Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This Shabbos is a very special Shabbos, Parshat Teitzei, the Torah portion of the second week of the month of Elul. As I mentioned in the past, Elul, the month of Adi L'Dodi V'Dodi Li, the month of that intimate connection that we have with Hashem, is all about, as the Alter Rebbe would say, that the king is in the field. HaMelech Basadem. What does that mean, that the king is in the field? The king is in the field. God is always accessible throughout the year. We can connect with God in Cheshvan, in Kislev, in Teves, in October, November, December. We don't need the high holidays or in the holiday spirit to connect with Hashem. But just like a king that has a palace and has many different chambers and antechambers and security guards to get through is very difficult to access, so too Hashem, it's not difficult to access, but there are certain times where he makes himself more available in the anthropomorphically speaking, in the human being speech of idealism, is that God is ready now and trying to meet us instead of us meeting God. And that makes it easier for us to connect with Hashem. God is in the field. Instead of wearing the robes of honor, he's out in the field trying to meet his people. Like a politician that goes in periods of time prior to election season and is accessible to the people. When our politicians are in their fundraising season, you can see them all the time. They're available for you at any time. But then when you want to see them after they get elected, it becomes very difficult. And so today we had a very special opportunity where the king was truly in the field. Very unique, historic day to celebrate in the month of Elul. As today we designated God with the blessings of God and the blessings of the Rebbe, the city of Miami and the state county and the state of Florida designated our street as Chabad Street in honor of all the work of Chabad worldwide and the incredible work that we have done over here and the much more work that we need to do. But as many of the commissioners and elected officials were speaking today, was a incredible awakening of the message of the Rebbe and the message of Chabad, to bring spirituality outside, to realize that Judaism doesn't just belong in the homes and the wall of a synagogue, but belongs in the street, to teach the message of goodness and kindness, to teach a message of Chachma Bina Das and Chesed and kindness to one another. And this is one of the things that the Commissioner Sovo said today, and as well as our state representative Vicky Lopez, that the Commissioner Sabina Kovo, and on behalf of Commissioner Higgins, on behalf of the Mayor Suarez, on behalf of the Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, each one, the message and the proclamations were the same. The incredible historic day in which we celebrate today was in honor of bringing the idea of Chabad outside, and it's very much connected to this week's Torah portion, which is an incredible thing on its own, because at the idea of fighting anti-Semitism today, where Jews, unfortunately, you see terrible pictures in Paris and in places where Jews have their stores vandalized. Today we're bringing Judaism to the streets. And it's very much connected to this Torah portion, which says, Ki Teitzei, when you will go out. It's how you go out, talking about how you go out in warfare, is how you have to act. It's not just when you're in your home, not just when you're in your synagogue. And that's really about the month of Elul. We're going to be in 3 weeks in the shuls, and we're going to daven, and we're going to pray in front of God. But that's wonderful, and it's important, and I hope to see everybody there, Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. But when we go out into the field, when we go out outside in business, when we go out into our homes, when we're not in the synagogue, how do we act? And that was the incredible thing of naming the street. Even though our shul is right on the block, but now the entire street should be imbued with spirituality, imbued with the message of Chabad, of goodness and kindness. And when people walk down 9th Street, they should be proud that they're walking down Chabad Street. And hopefully it's not just the street, but the message that it reminds us, like the mezuzah, as we're walking out the door, it reminds us about when we go outside, of how we are inside, we have to remain outside. So too on 9th Street, when we walk down the street, it's to remind us that we have to act in the way of the Rebbe, in the way of Chabad, in the way of the foundation of spirituality and Judaism, of knowledge, of wisdom, understanding, a way of bringing kindness and goodness around the world, reaching out to our friends wherever they may are. And if we do that, then God willing, we'll reach a time which we'll blow the ultimate shofar, which you had the opportunity today to blow on the street. We'll blow the ultimate shofar with the coming of Mashiach very soon in our days. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and we'll see you tonight, 7:30. We have a Shabbat dinner following, and tomorrow morning, 10:15.